Can you see the PowerPoint? Don't you love it?
Yes.
Nice, huh?
Yes.
Okay. Anything y'all can chat with me? Yeah, I'll leave my chat box open for y'all to chat with me. So this afternoon's topic is about achieving happiness at the work with positive psychology. Okay. Basically, this 45 minutes talk, a short one. What is it about? How to be mindful and what you might discover. Okay. I think in this climate and time, I think this topic is very relevant. Do you think so?
Yes.
Yeah. Just try to stay positive. You can take notes if you want to. All right. Also in the group chat right above, I actually left what do you call that? A link. Okay. Can you all find that link?
It's okay. I don't need it. Thanks for your call.
Yes.
Okay, it's a link there. All right. You can. There's actually a exercise there for you all. I put it there for you all. We shall be going through the exercise later. I'm going to show it to you. Okay. All right.
Right.
Okay. So this is me. All right. I'm trained as a clinical psychologist. Now I'm doing a lot of mentoring, also helping out with the PMATs in Singapore, the unemployed in Singapore, which is quite a lot. Okay, helping them with their interview skill, their CV writing, how to communicate during an interview session. So this sort of skills. Okay, and most importantly is how to manage while they're waiting for a job. I think that's very important. Do you think so? The pressure of waiting for a job, waiting for the interview. Okay. All right. Don't you love my flower? By the way, anybody know what this flower is? Is it a daisy?
No.
What flower is this? Not chrysanthemum, right?
No, it's not either.
Yeah, what is it? Sorry. I don't know what, but I just love the color. Don't you think so?
Yes.
Is it a daisy?
Not sure.
Not sure. Never mind.
Could be the Esther.
Good Esther. Okay, interesting. Okay, I'm going to show you how I embellish this flower. Okay, basically during this 45 minutes, I will be talking about these 4 areas. Okay. Okay, for those who are coming in, I'd like to welcome you, Jose, Lakshmi. I'd like to welcome you. I'll be talking about what is positive psychology and mindfulness. Okay, the impact of positive psychology, especially in our work, life, and around us. And I came out this model called Positive, Positive. Not sure whether I shared with some of you. And then last but not least, I was playing with the word WTF. Okay, it's not the vulgar word, but it's actually representing, there's a 4. Can you see a 4? WTF 4, there's something that it means something, that F4 means something. Okay, so let's begin. I'd like to introduce you to some of the giants in positive psychology. We have Csikszentmihalyi, who invented this flow theory. Of course, we have no less Martin Seligman, positive psychology, Joe Kabat-Zinn, or mindfulness. So these are when you talk about positive psychology, these 3 names tend to come out. Yeah. All right. Positive psychology tends to have certain common verbs like well-being, self-efficacy, resilience, strengths-based. Anybody want to contribute something else apart from this 4? Positive psychology, any words you can think of? You can also type. Emotions, yes. I see Candice mentioning emotions. Pat, what to you is positive psychology? Any words come to mind?
Self-image.
Self-image, very good one. What about Aiden?
Endurance.
Endurance, yes. Gracie mentioned mindset. Candice, any words come to mind when you talk about positive psychology?
Tenacity.
Tenacity, that's a good word. I must type it down. Tenacity, I love that word. Candice, any word come to mind? Happiness.
Yes.
Positive actions. Very good, Michelle. Any other? Okay. Let me share with you one word. Yes, the word called mindfulness. Okay. Mindful. That word tend to come out very often when we talk about positive psychology. Okay. I'm going to explain to you what's mindfulness. Perhaps maybe it's another word called for self-awareness. Okay. Maybe you want to mute yourself. Okay. Then the question would be, what do we... Somebody's child is crying. Maybe you want to mute yourself. Mute yourself. Okay. Mindfulness, maybe it's about self-awareness. Mindful about something. To be mindful about something. To be aware about something. Okay. Perhaps also mindful about our emotions. Mindful about how do we feel, what our thoughts, especially when it comes to the context of COVID-19. About WFH, work from home. Mindful about how our reactions to these kind of things, these are very, very important. Our reactions to how do we feel inside about work from home, about even the extension. Okay, I'm sure you heard that we have an extension to June the 1st now. Yeah, yes, DJ San also mentioned the word perma. Very good. See some of the words coming out. Okay. For me, I'll be showing you, okay, what to me personally when I teach, what is mindfulness about. Okay. Mindfulness about stress responses, how we think, how our body reacts, okay, how our emotions, okay, and our actions. Okay, it's not about why you think like that, why your emotions like that. I think it's more about what. Okay, what do you think? What's going on in your head? You know, when the announcement was made, there's going to be an extension of the COVID-19. What were some of your thoughts? What's going through your thoughts? What were some of your emotions? And what was your reaction to it when the news came out? Yeah. Okay. So in positive psychology, we want the client to be more mindful of this kind of state of awareness, state of mindfulness. Okay. Being in a heightened state of mindfulness helps you to be resilient. Okay. So that's the definition of resilience, the ability to recover from adversity, being able to resume an original shape or position after being bent, stretched, or compressed. We always like to use the rubber band as an example. Okay. When you go through adversity, something like COVID-19, you'll never be the same again. That's why if you notice, there's a new word coming out called the new normal. The new normal. You're not the normal, but you're the new normal. That means you've been stretched. Okay. How much? Everyone's very different. Okay. Everybody's extension of the stretch is very different. It depends on personality, your own, just now someone said resilience, you know, your mindset. All these things have to take into factor. Okay. I'd like to introduce you to my flower, my FLOWer. Okay, I was playing with the word flow from Mahali. Okay, the theory of flow, the flower. Okay, and so when I was teaching and learning about positive psychology, okay, I came out with first was a picture of a flower, and it was about the petals. Okay, and there were 8 petals. So I named these 8 petals into the word positive. Okay. You know the flowers, sometimes they have this thing coming out. What do you call those things? You know, hibiscus, they always have these things, right? What do you call those things? Maybe somebody want to type.
Do you call it stigma? S-T-I-G-M-A?
Yeah, yes, stigma. S-T-I-G-M-A, yeah. Stigma, pollen, is it called?
Pollen is the powder that comes off.
Yeah, but the stem from the flower. You find this especially in hibiscus flowers, right?
Yes.
There's this thing coming out.
Even in lilies as well.
Lilies, that's right. Okay, so when I was drawing this, I was thinking of that hibiscus thing, you know. So I came out these 8 things called positive, positive. Interesting. Okay, you can take a photo if you want to. All right. Now, then when I have things like what we call purpose and meaning, opportunity, self-awareness, identity, try, integrated, values, and existence. What does that mean? Right? It means different things to different people. So I put together something which is on a general, okay, platform which everybody may be able to relate and correlate. I put into a table. So things like the flower of mindfulness, how is mindfulness defined in this 8 diagram of called positive, positive. I came out a table. The purpose and meaning. Am I able to draw purpose and meaning in my world, my work, and my life every day?
Can you
Now,
go back to the earlier slide for me to
earlier
take a
slide,
picture?
come.
Yes,
Or you want the other one?
This one, yeah. Got it.
Got it? Okay, let's go to opportunities. What's opportunities? How do I define opportunity? Instead of feeling oppressive thoughts in my head, what opportunities can I seize while going through adversity, especially like now? Self-awareness. How do I define this self-awareness? By reacting to certain people, situations, and experiences. What does it tell me about myself? Identity. Everyone has a unique personality. So am I living fully the person that I am? If not, why? Try. There's a mantra that says, if I don't try, I don't know. I won't know. So what's hampering me from trying, risking, and daring to try? Integrated. Am I honest to my own feelings and thoughts? And most of all, myself within me. Values. Like personality, I have my own values and beliefs. Am I aligned with them? Last but not least, existence. I am, therefore I exist. I choose not to merely survive. I exercise my choice. Have I? Yeah. Any of these questions, reflective questions you'd like to ask me? You're not clear about? Interesting, right?
Yes.
Professor Fong,
Yes.
maybe you can actually expound further on the part when you say try, because you know, as a human being, we tend to take refuge in certainties. So a lot of us, actually, especially people who struggles with anxiety, you know, we tend to always judge and decide what's right and what's wrong, and we tend to want to be secure. So the fact that actually, if you don't try, may not be something it's rather a contemptible word for certain people. So maybe you can elaborate, expound further, perhaps.
Like, you know, when I see my clients, I will always ask them, what's stopping you from trying? Usually the word fear. The fear of. But the question is very interesting, is sometimes what we call a dissonance. You fear when you have not tried.
Right.
If you have tried and you fear, I understand. But you have not even tried, but you fear. So to me, it's like, wow. And then somebody said fear of failure. But how can you fear of failure when you have not even tried? You're on the other side of the bridge, you know. You have not even crossed, then how you know it's a failure? It's a failure to somebody, but it may not be a failure to you. So I think perhaps maybe many people live according to the expectations of other people. We have been conditioned, made to believe of the values of other people, but we have never explored our own values. That's why positive psychology helps the person to go perhaps maybe inward to find out where did you learn that fear that by trying is a definite failure. Where do you learn that from? I'd like to know where you learn and where you taught. Yeah.
Dr. Fong, if I may add, also to think in that way, wouldn't it be in some ways can be impoverishing for certain people?
Can you repeat that again?
To think in a positive way, to trying to dig back and to trace back our pattern of thinking can also be impoverished for certain people, right? I mean, reality can be very disturbing.
Yes.
So
it's learned. That's why, like what Ali has said here, it's a helplessness. You feel the sense of helplessness that is learned. It's a learned helplessness. Okay.
Dr. Fong,
yes.
actually a lot of people are very binary. They think that if they don't succeed, I'm failed, and they see things as destination. So if you try, you may reach a different destination from what you intended it to be. So that could be an adventure.
Yeah, the fear of not even knowing there's no goal, so they don't even know what is the there, and when they don't know what's the there, they won't dare try. Okay. Question was very interesting. I was asking my mate today, my mate for my mom. She mentioned this word, that she's always fear of speaking up. Okay, fear of being wrong. Now, question is, what makes you think that you're not even wrong without speaking? Do you have to speak to be wrong? Or not even speaking is also wrong? But then before you can even answer that, you have to define what is wrong. You see, we put a lot of value words like right, wrong, what's right, what's wrong. I think, how do we define right and wrong? It comes back to the definition. That's what we call mindfulness. We need to define. Okay, I feel if it's own perceived imagination of what would happen before trying, a bit like CBT, maladaptive thinking, yes. But Leon, before we even think about the maladaptive, I'm very keen to explore my client, where did they have that thinking from? Self-fulfilling prophecy. Because I don't think a child is born with fear. Fear is learned. Okay, many psychological experiences have been done. There's a very, very powerful documentary, Baby Albert. Okay, the baby is called Albert. Baby Albert was given a yellow python. Okay, guess what? He should be screaming, right? You know what he did? Instead he bit the python. Interesting, right? Because he doesn't know what is that thing. Okay, same thing. Like we put what's the word? Baby Albert into a dark room. Okay, hoping that he will scream. Unfortunately, the baby didn't scream. There was silence in the room. Because why? You see, the baby doesn't know what's darkness. No, there's no sense. There's no frame of reference. That's the word. So the frame of reference is definitely learned. Okay. Now, what's the opposite of try, right? Okay, I'm going to show you all the opposites of the positive later. You will see. Okay, it's not negative. Huh? It's not the word negative.
Dr. Fong.
Yes. Hi.
Hello, and I think some people also their fear may be very realistic and practical. For example, if you have a job right now, which is a good paying job, but if you're not happy, the fact that if you want to make a change, it's possible you lose what you have while you're not confident you can get the same financial return back. So that's
right.
Very tangible fear.
Yes.
And how do you counsel your clients, or how do you think differently with that?
Very good question. I'm sure you all want to know the answer, right? Or only she wants to know the answer. Does everybody want to know the answer?
Yes.
Okay. It will be on the fourth slide. The fourth slide. Okay. After this slide. Ready? So it depends on generation. Let's move. Okay. I like to put this in the context of COVID-19. Okay. The minute when you put a context into the middle of the flower, the positive makes a lot of sense. Okay. So when I have to counsel somebody with COVID-19, there are 8 questions I will pose. And the 8 questions are, okay, I would think you all need to take a photo of this. There are too many questions to go through, so you need to you want to take a photo, take a snap. What has this COVID circuit breaker taught and showed me? What type of opportunities are there in this new normal? What emotions are going through me thinking about this circuit breaker? By the way, what have I learned about myself through this? What are some of my fears that is stopping me from trying new things? Am I being honest with myself? What I really feel, I say and not deny it? How much have my values and priorities shifted in this new normal? Now, last but not least, in this COVID-19, I like to pose these 3 questions to all of you here. Where am I? Am I just surviving? Simply just living? Or am I existing? Questions that need reflection. Not easy to just answer like that. Okay. There we are. If you're not living let's see the 2 stands of being positive. If you look at the blue color flower that's withered and dry, if you notice, the P here is being somebody who's being pessimistic. Okay, always oppressive, susceptible to anger. It's isolated and lonely, trouble always, indifference, negative, always having that negative indifference behavior and thoughts, and always this sense of entitlement, and always this victim mindset. Can you see the total opposite of the red flower? Do you love the flower? Can you see the polarization? The polarizations. In the middle of this slide, there is actually a dotted line. If this dotted line has a name, what is this name of the dotted line? Anyone?
Courage.
Courage. The dotted line has a name. What is it called?
Opportunity.
Very good. Some more? What else? I give you a word. It starts with C, ends with E. Anybody want to buy vowels?
Choice factor.
I cannot hear.
Courage.
It's a 1-syllable word.
Choice.
I believe it's CHOIC.
Schreibt es in einer anderen.
I think it's the word choice. Absolutely. I believe the word's called choice. The choice of being purposeful and meaningful, or the choice of being pessimistic, you choose. Sadly, isn't it? That people do not want to make choices. Let's move. The baggage of life. So just from this part here, I'd like to recap a little bit. What I was talking to you was about the flower. The flower, the flow, flower, F-L-O-W-E-R. The word F-L-O-W, flow, was a theory by Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi. Okay. I use that theory to make the whole picture of the word positive. Now, the question would be now from the positive, okay, the P-O-S-I-T-I-V-E. Now we know that, but the question is, what is making people feel nervous, unhappy, depressed? Okay. In my research, I came up with this thing called the baggage of life. In my PhD, I was actually researching on the people's values, actually called culture. Okay, culture is embedded by basically your values and your beliefs. Okay, now, baggage of life. Basically, we actually have 4 baggages in life. They all start with F, but they don't end with K. Anybody want to guess what they are? The 4 baggages. They start with F, but they don't end with K. Finances, definitely, Leon, you're right. Family, Mark, you're right. What else? Yes, Leon, you in my class, come on. The fear of what? Fear is only the reaction of, but what? Failure, fitness, yes. So we have, yeah, you got finances, family, fitness, fat, oh my Lord, fat. Okay, let's bring it up. They all start with F, but they don't end with K. Okay. However, let's put that aside as a context first. Now, based on this values called wealth, health, ability, time for all of you. Okay, we put the 4F aside first. Huh? Right now in your current life, can you prioritize this for? Number 1 being urgent. Number 4 means it's okay, no problem. Number 1 is a problem, an issue. Okay. Number 4, no problem, easy going. Done? Done?
Yep.
Question would be, but what context were you deriving from? WHAT is good, but in what context were you thinking of? Anybody? When you calibrating 1, 2, 3, 4, what was in your head? What context was it? Were you thinking about your family? Were you thinking about the future? Were you thinking about your fitness? Or were you thinking from the point of your finances? Which one? What context were you thinking from? Anyone? Okay. Kam Hong was saying future and finances. Very good. Okay. Kam Hong said health, wealth, time, and ability. Josephine was coming from a point of fitness when she was calibrating the thing. Very good. So basically, you understand this. Let me put it all together in a slide for you. Earlier, we were talking about, you know, the 4 baggages, which is called the 4 Fs, right? And then now we have the measurements of what we call the hygiene factors. Okay, there. Finances, future, family, fitness. If I could link these 2 together, the 4 Fs and this together, it will look like this. Okay? Now, I'm very kind today because it's, thank God it's Friday. Today is Friday. All right. So what I've done is I'm going to share with you something which I've built and developed. It's called the Personal Values Inventory, PVI. Okay, let me type it down. PVI. That stands for Personal Values Inventory. All right. In the chat box, I put up actually a link. You can actually go and download the thing. All right. I actually have built something like this. Wow. Wow. Look at it. Are you impressed, Aiden?
Very much.
Patrick, are you impressed?
Yes.
Okay. You are not supposed to be doing this right now. It's virtual training. You're not supposed to be doing this. Go and download the thing. It's already in the chat. It's in the chat. It's right above, up there. Okay, there's a link there. Okay, I provided the link. Please go and download, and then you can do this yourself. Now, and then you'll be seeing can you see the grading of +3, +2, +1, 0, -1, -2, -3? Okay, 0 means baseline, no problem, doesn't matter, I got nothing wrong. +3 is a blessing, very good. -3 is a very severe problem. Okay, all right. So I've given you something meaty for you all to think about. Okay, everything, if you notice the word starts with the word current, it's all based on your current situation right now. Okay, you can even use the COVID-19 as a context, and then you use this whole 16 questions to help you calibrate. Okay, this is like a what we as counselors we always use is like a risk assessment form. Okay, when I ask my clients to do this, when I see any of the boxes that has a -2 or -3, that's where I strategically go in and help the client in that specific area, because that's where the problem actually is. Does it make sense to you?
Yes.
Very good. Amazing research. Thank you very much, Josephine. Okay, Ali says missed out on the earlier messages. Please send the link. The link's already in the group chat. Up there. Is it there? It's all up there, I think, somewhere there. If not, I will send it. There. That's the link. Quick.
That's the link.
Yeah, that's the link. It's in the group. It's in the Google Drive.
Huh? Oh.
Google Drive. Why is fitness one of the key values? Very good. I have to help you define fitness. Fitness here is not just physical fitness. Fitness here has 3 parts: psychological fitness, emotional fitness, and physical fitness. One more time, I'm going to repeat that. I'm going to type it down. Psychological fitness, emotional fitness, and physical fitness. The triuneness of a person. I believe some sectors will call it the mind, the body, the soul. Right? I think Gracie would agree with me. Mind, body, soul. Mind, body, emotions. Yeah. So the WHAT is actually what we call wealth, health, ability, time. It's also called hygiene factors, okay, or also today known as psychological safety. Okay. This is a very good tool to help people actually understand themselves better, where they are, feeling very anxious and panic about, especially in this COVID-19. Okay. Now you'll be wondering why I only choose these 4 Fs, right? Okay, I mean, there are many, but when I did my research, these 4 F tend to come out to as what do people perceive as their priorities in life, among other things. Okay, how does anxiety fit into this table, and what will it be, the scaling? Okay, basically, it's through here, I will know what is causing the anxiety. Especially when there is a -2 or a -3, in any of those boxes there, that box there, which has a -2, is causing you anxiety. Anything that's a plus doesn't cause you anxiety, it's okay for you. But it's the minuses that's causing you anxiety. Okay. Now, may I pose a question to all of you? So there are 16 boxes here. What should the score be for you to be a happy person? Or at least peaceful person, outside and within? The score for the 16 boxes should look like what score? $48? No. Yes. There should be 16 zeros. Because 0 is a baseline, isn't it? Exactly, no negatives, no pluses, just all 0. You have reached the state of ZEN. Life is okay. I have no issues. If it's a pluses, it's a blessing. It is the minus that would have a problem here. So at least all zero. That'll be ideal.
But Dr. Fong, aren't you at risk at being at baseline at zero of going either or?
I think
is it
zero,
not better to be on the positive?
Of course, like I say, you know, if you have a positive, it will be blessings. Blessings. But to just be at least in a what kind of homeostasis state. No problems. Okay. I'm not very what you call that, exuberant. I'm just okay. Everything calm, peaceful, zeros. Yeah. I mean, I'm really at a state of just being peace. You need to achieve that. Of course, we want every 16 ball to be +3, don't we all? Humans are being selfish. We all want to be +3. We want more. We don't want blessing. We want more. Okay. But the pluses and the minuses can change, of course. The calibration here will change whenever there is a situation internally or externally. The thing that changes internally is actually called your values. Your values will always change. When your values change, these 16 things will change. Ladies and gentlemen, COVID-19 has shifted every single human being, living human being on this earth's values and beliefs. I repeat, every single breathing human being's values and beliefs have been shaken. What you think before, you may not be able to think like that again. The world has come out a new term called the new normal. So underlining what is causing any sort of insecurity, any sort of anxiety, look through at these 16 boxes now. This will actually give you an indicator what is not making you sleep at night. The underlying issues. Okay. All right. So the link is there. All right. So before I end up, okay, there's a recap here. Different flow of FLOWer of Mindfulness. Life is a choice. Okay. I've taught you how to live a very positive life of mindfulness and resilience. Okay. The POSITV is always the surface on top. But now the underlining, what holds the underlining of the positive is just now what you saw, the grid. Okay. These are some of the references you can go in and look at. Okay. You can actually go and type Martin Seligman's name on Google, and you'll find a lot of these articles coming out. Okay, positive psychology is very a very in thing now. It's one of the mega trends in psychology. Another person which I do recommend you to read is actually Viktor Frankl. Okay, I'm going to type it on the chat here. VIKTOR FRANKL. He wrote a very fantastic book called Man's Search for Meaning. Viktor Frankl survived the Auschwitz concentration camp. He was a Jew. He survived. Viktor Frankl. Okay. Another one is called Brené Brown. I'm sure you heard of Brené Brown. Okay, they're all on YouTube. I don't recommend Oprah Winfrey. Okay. All right. Okay, so at this point, do you have any questions for me? So if you are keen, please, can you see, okay, these were the students who took the positive psychology. Okay, it's run quite frequently. Okay, and then the last slide will look like that. Okay, I will always park my POSITV into the 2 topics which I conduct at Aventis. Okay, you cannot control your COVID-19, but you can control your WHAT. I repeat that. You cannot control COVID-19, but you can control your WHAT. Okay. Someone is asking whether we can use the skill future, right? Maybe you can email Rina. Okay. All right. Okay, I think that's the end for today. I hope I left something for you to think about over the weekend while we stay at home.